Hello, my name is Heather Fawcett, and this is my digital story that I have created as part of my Art and Science of Occupational Therapy module. There were three main learning outcomes for this digital story: to demonstrate an understanding of the relationship between the art and science of occupational therapy practice, to demonstrate an understanding of the occupational nature of the human experience, and to explore and utilise the methods used in occupational science to gather data relating to occupations and occupational engagement. In order to explore and fulfil these learning outcomes, I will be using the Gibbs Reflective Cycle model, which is composed of description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion and action plan. I chose to complete this task with my grandpa George, as after a medical mistake left him paraplegic, he was sentenced to be housebound for the rest of his life. However, through occupational therapy intervention and equipment put into place, he is still able to this day to complete his meaningful occupations, which is gardening and bird watching, which enhances his life greatly and allows him to still have meaning. The methods I used to gather data on occupational engagement and occupations were observation and interviews. I completed these with my grandpa in his garden, and they took about 45 minutes to complete, including his transfers. While observing him completing tasks he would regularly do in the garden, I took photos to look back on later. I asked questions throughout about what he was doing and how being able to complete the tasks made him feel. He was very honest and told me that initially OTs told him it would be impossible for him to get to the garden, which made him more determined than ever that he wouldn't sit and feel sorry for himself because he would be miserable without gardening, and he loves that he can independently do so as he requires a lot of assistance with other daily living tasks. Before the interview, I was very excited as I'm close with my grandpa and was looking forward to spending time with him. During the interview, I was very grateful for him taking the time out to show me how he manages daily tasks. After the interview, I felt extremely inspired and amazed at the way he's managed to adapt his life so well to allow him to still complete these tasks, and I also felt happy with the information I had gained and how well the interview and observations had went. The interview went well as I had prepared questions in advance, so I knew exactly what I was going to say, and seeing adaptations being used in practice showed me how they can help people do what they love. However, the interview did not go so well, as my grandpa's old age means that his memory isn't the best at times, so he can be forgetful. And being disorganised on my part, my grandpa had already completed some tasks that I could have observed in advance. Having pre-prepared questions meant that there was a good structure to the interview, and it flowed smoothly as there were no awkward silences and I was able to ask all the questions I wanted to. And seeing the equipment in use showed me how it can maintain people's occupational engagement as they learn to cope with adversities and overcome challenges using it. However, as memory troubles interrupted some activities, this left some of the observations incomplete. And there were limited tasks to observe, so I was only able to see how he coped with very few. So my findings were not completely conclusive. The importance of equipment is confirmed by Turner et al., who says adaptive equipment can be issued to patients to increase or maintain independence. From completing these tasks, I learned that the more organised you are, the better results you will get, which will be more effective in the future when observing patients in practice. And you also have to be able to adapt your assessments to individuals, as everyone has different strengths, weaknesses and needs. To improve my skills for the future, I plan to broaden my knowledge about medical conditions to ensure I am equipped to manage everyone who needs my help and be able to design effective treatment. And also, in order to be more organised, I will prepare for future observations and interviews well in advance so myself and clients know exactly what will happen in the assessment.